I put on foremost we like to go praises, say how up, Shim, Shim, after that. Double on the top apostles and elders are great news. One side, this is left with after that, for the 4 points, they kind of earth, kind of warm. Right? This brother Barani and brother Awado, chemistry at camp. Another quick lesson. Right? We're gonna highlight some things here because what these nations, even the Hamitic tribe, hate you Edomites. That's prophecy. The Most High said that that hey, you'll be hated. The whole will be hated, right? So hey, you Edomites, you're hated everywhere. You're disdained amongst the nations. Hallelujah, how about you, Shai? Right?
Good.
I'm share the screen here.
So in the UK, there is a left-wing Labour MP called David Lammy, and he is a race-baiting grifter by profession.
You hear now?
Recent complaints is that they keep going to Africa and helping people out. They generally stated do this to Uganda for coming over to the charity in the United Kingdom to send aid to poor, starving, suffering people in Africa. Now, a regular person might think, well, this is an unimpeachable moral good. How on earth could anyone possibly complain that people in Britain are voluntarily sending money through a charity to Africa? A charity that was founded by Lenny Henry, a black comedian in the UK, to help people that are obviously suffering, who are obviously deprived, and obviously need that damn help. Well, David Lammy found a way. Comic Relief is a 20-year-old most often white, out to Africa, and that image evokes for lots and lots of ethnic minorities in Britain a colonial image, a white, beautiful heroine holding a black child with no agency, no parents in sight, finger in the mouth. Actually, if I had my children posing, I'd never have them with a finger in the mouth, completely supine. And I'm afraid it perpetuates an image. So it's not that the charity isn't good, but Comic Relief is doing very little to educate its public.
So I believe he's actually spread, but what he's saying is that the iconoclasm, because this is what they're using, iconoclasm, right? They're using an image, right? An image, they're using an image. He is against this image that they're using, which is this colonial heroine. This is what Esau portraying himself to be, a heroine, right? To come and give what? Relief to what? These Africans. If Esau really cared about anybody, right? If they truly cared about anybody, what about Jake that's in Britain? The ex slaves that in Britain. If you remember this about 2 years ago, right? They wanted to repatriate those ex migrants who stayed in Europe after World War II, right? So they don't really care. They don't really care. But really and truly, they live by the code of they have social security left called what, the secret. I don't know if you ever come across that app. They have a book and a documentary, a video called The Secret. They have a book, a philosophy called The Secret, where you summon your success. And part of summoning your success too is also to what? To share, right? But they're going to share with the Hamitic tribes because they know that Ham is not the children of Israel. But the children of Israel is amongst them. They're not going to share with them. How many millions or thousands of Jake that in Europe and England and on these places, they're not going to share with them. But what this guy was saying, who I believe is a Jake, right? He's saying that this colonial image, this sarcasm, as to say, because right, and I look up the word sarcasm, right? We're going to that, right? Is that this is not good for Africa, right? Because all you continue to portray is that the poor here, they're poor, they're hungry, they're needy, they have flies around their mouth, and the Edomites are the heroine. The Edomite saviors come and they contribute, right? You have anything to say? Or precept could break?
Yeah, that's where Esau played that he's God too. And And Esau food is what? Esau food is detrimental to the people. Esau is who go in Africa and testing out his devices, you know, that he created to spread and destroy the people. Africa is one he testing ground too. You understand? So this one, so everybody, most I see you make Esau beard. So everybody seeing this man hypocrisy, you know, on all angles. His sorcery not working again. You understand? Most I see you can make Esau beard. Bring out. You understand? So you Edomites, you know, you being found out. You're being found out. Right? And this Jeremiah 49. Jeremiah 49 and 10 say, I have made Esau beard. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbor, and he is not. So Esau can't hide himself again. So even him, you know, Brother Barris, he featured the spirit that he could be a Jake. But even all these other nations, right, from Elam to Moab to Ishmaelite, you understand? All these nations, they know that, hey, this man on shit. You understand?
It's a sense of sarcasm. You know what I mean? The word sarcasm means what? A harsh or bitter derision or irony. A sharply ironical tone. Right? And this is what the guy was complaining about. This is an ironical tone that you know, the poor in India, Nigeria, you know, we always hungry, we always have flies with our mouth, or Africa, so like, you know, right? And here comes the savior whitey, the colonialist white Betty. Yeah, come on. I want to play a little bit more.
Black child with no agency, no parents in sight, finger in the mouth. Actually, if I had my children posing, I'd never have them with a finger in the mouth, completely supine. And I'm afraid it perpetuates an image. So it's not that the charity is...
Right, so you say it perpetuates an image. So it's an ongoing image, and this is what Esau been using, this subtlety. Right? Let me see if I can get this here. Back here. I kind of doing a balancing act here.
Yeah, that's how Esau rule. Esau rule by deception. There's one he power. And the son rule by deception. The most I see made Esau more subtle than any other beast of the field. You understand? So there's Esau right there. That's why the scripture said that they that not written in the book of life shall worship him.
Right.
Yeah, the so-called worship.
Advertisement or advertisement, a paid announcement as of goods for sale in a newspaper or magazine, on radio, television, etc. A public notice and especially in print, the action of making generally known a calling to the attention of the public, right? I'm not getting the exact meaning. I mean, I can't remember where I saw it, right? But it's basically it's a sell or pronounce something that you want to sell, right? To a targeted audience. And this is the advertisement. This is what he's talking about with Whitey, right? This is what Whitey wants to always push, that they're the savior. And if you watch the title of the video, it says "Stay out of Africa, Whitey," right?
Good, but Comic Relief is doing very little to educate its public.
It's not that the charity isn't doing good work. It's that David Lammy doesn't like how it looks. To him, the optics are not good enough. This is somehow is extrapolated from Stacey Dooley going up to Africa to do some charity work, an imperialist, colonialist narrative.
People don't realise.
Right, so you call it an imperialist, colonialist narrative, but it's true, because that's why I said he's a Jake. I believe he's a Jake, right? because he, if this is what he's saying that he sees, and really and truly that's what it is. Truly spirit, that's what it is. Esau wants to exact himself as being God, right?
Uh,
And he basically making that out, right? You know, because many of these nations are under poverty is because Esau made it so. And we can prove that through the Bible because the scripture says in Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not well, who is he? So who rules the earth? Who has the people in this region? Right? They're going across
uh,
there as though they are the big humanitarian, right? But they're not. You are the ones who made the conditions deplorable in the first place by what the different sanctions and tariffs. I sent an article there today. I don't know if you saw it. With Maduro's latest move, right? To move
when he move the oil come down to Europe.
can
Yeah, up to Europe into Russia. Yeah, I was watching it on RT News.
yeah, that's a Yakon move. No, all these things anger the US and anger the Western world so that they can make them move and this war already get kicked off. Because now when they make them move, they're making a move directly on Russia. You see?
Yeah.
So it's Yapa. Kalala
This is the
Yaba
most,
Shimi Oshai.
man, this is the most I just move.
It says this is Psalm 65:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. See? So this is the true intent of the so-called white man. Right? They don't know they are colonialists. They colonize, right? And then they take over. They take over everything.
The black diaspora in Britain send more money to Africa than the whole of the aid budget combined. So,
Right. So what he's saying is that you know the as he said, the black diaspora, right? Black is just a color, it's not an ethnicity. They send more money than who? Than listen, let him say it.
Britain send more money to Africa than the whole of the aid budget combined. So what? I mean, I would hazard a guess.
So why is that
some...
point irrelevant? Why is that point irrelevant? Why is the Jake point irrelevant? But you arguing for it. Esau being shown up to be the good guy, but you're not the good guy. You're the evil that the Bible speaks of. The devil.
Exactly.
You understand? You're the hypocrite. You're the devil.
He being found out.
Can't.
I mean, I would hazard a guess that
You can go ahead.
No, I say he being found out. And he don't like that.
Can't. You read how the hidden things that Esau sought out? Found out?
Can.
Alright.
Can.
There's
I think that's well. Let's just read Isaiah 49.
yeah. I can't remember.
No.
I can't remember.
I just select it. Let me see if it's right. I know I read Isaiah 49. It says the most I see he made him beard. Now I didn't read the one in Obadiah. You want to bring it for you?
Oh, I was getting it, but alright. Go ahead.
All right, guys. This is Obadiah.
The 6.
This is Obadiah for 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
Yeah, how they sought up. You know, and this is what Mr. David Lammy doing. He's digging up your dirt. There's Nahum chapter 3, verse 5. Behold, I'm against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee and make thee vile, and I will set thee as a gazing stock. Right? So you here representing the Edomite man, but your nation is ashamed. Your nation is ashamed. You are ashamed. That's why you're out here trying to defame David Lammy. Right? But it's a fact. Esau is the fucked devil. Right? You can't make it. You can't paint the image as being good
Uh,
anymore. Nobody falling for iconoclasm, right? Nobody being persuaded because you original I originally wanted to bring you with advertise because one of the dictionaries, I can't remember which one, said it meant to what, persuade an audience to buy something that you're selling, right? It's basically is a form of brainwashing, right? To manipulate the masses that, oh, do this person is so good and so pure and so whatever, because that's what you're selling. You're selling your purity as being either man, as being a white man. You're self-proclaimed white man. You're not pure. You're the devil. You cause the conditions, the deplorable conditions. When Gaddafi wanted to unify Africa and bring their own gold standard and you know give them independence from off your market, the bankers and out of your system, what you did, you put Gaddafi to death. You understand? Same thing I attempted to do Nicolas Maduro, right? So the most high through his spirit and power exposing you because you know the most high said what? Let me see if I can get a quick in Revelations, right? Uh the most high has them four angels. I don't know if you can get from the four angels that with the four winds, right? They're working upon the minds of the rulers and the kings of the world to what bring forth this third world war, right? And that's what's being done. These nations they hating the war, they hating America, they hating the West, right? Back here,
Revelation 9?
yeah, come,
Can. Revelation 9.
come.
Let's start from verse 15,
Yeah, or 14, or 14,
14.
yeah, come.
This is Revelation chapter 9, verse 14. Saying, the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, lose the four angel, which are bound in the great Euphrates river, and the fourth angel were loose, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, but to slay the third part of men.
Come.
And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I hear the number of them.
Right, so that's the destruction that's coming, right? So the Most High working on the hearts and the mind of these nations, right? Um, to work on the minds of the men, right? To slay the beast, right? To slay the third part of men, right?
And
To slay the third part of men, which goes back to what Esau, right? So the destruction gonna come about the missiles. I'm gonna play a little bit more of the video.
Perhaps they've got relatives out there or something that they send money to. Who knows? And who cares? If it's their money, if they've earned it, why shouldn't they be able to send it to Africa? Even if they're just sending it as charitable donations themselves, who cares? This was a specific charity.
Right, and the same breath, who cares? Who cares what Esau does? Why Esau has to always portray themselves to be the savior? Right? Why can't work two ways? Why can't work two ways? Why does the Edomite man have to always portray himself to be the savior, to be the God, to be the power, to be the pure one? You know?
yeah, there's always coming and destroy you with subtlety.
Come
There's always come and destroy you. He's coming the subtlety. He come like peace. That's why the Most High say he come as a lamb. Let me get that. Right, this is so-called white man. He just heard that he be found out. That's all. He just heard. You know, he can't hide himself again. There's no other place he can run and hide. Right, this is Revelation. Let me get it. Yeah, this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. He said, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb." Right, and this beast is going into the pagan Roman Empire, and also it's referring to America today because the womb of the beast was healed,
Huh.
right? So he said it had two horns like a lamb, and this two horns going into the Republican and the Democrat Party. And they said the two horns like a lamb. A lamb is a humble thing, a humble beast, right?
Huh.
But he speak as a dragon, and that's why we speaking there like a dragon, a
Huh.
serpent. You understand? So there's this image of the portray that they know that there's a lamb. You know, they don't harm nobody. You know that they want to help everybody, but the things that they bring it to help you with is detrimental, like the democracy, the food, the water, the medicine. It's to destroy you. So they portray themselves as this lamb. They come humble, but the most I say they speak like a dragon.
Huh.
So they're being revealed. So they're angry.
Huh.
Yeah.
Genesis chapter 3 verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh power had made. And he
And
said unto the woman, Yea, had power said, He shall not eat of every tree of the garden. Yes, it's subtlety.
uh,
But isn't racially identitarian, and so isn't going to prevent white people from also helping black people in Africa.
It says nothing about an emerging middle class in Africa, nothing about growth in African countries. So the image is a perpetual image of people who are impoverished, who need white celebrities who are largely uneducated about the context. And I'm afraid, despite the fact that Stacey Dooney is a popular and has done some fantastic journalism, the image that she wants to tweet conveys an age-old trope that's her as the heroine, that's the black sort of child that's victim, and we've got to stop it.
You seem to see
Right, and that's the point. That's the truth.
that they,
That's the truth.
you see the image, a
Huh.
dangerous thing. You see that and that's deep. That's real deep. Because hey, the masses people can't see that. Because they're gonna show you all these videos, these 2 minutes videos, and all these photos, this devil in Africa, you know, helping the poor, right? But if you go to these remote areas, the people still suffering.
Huh.
But there's the image of posting up there, but the people still suffering. You understand?
Huh.
The people still in abject poverty. The earth still defiled. The earth in a mess. You understand? People eating GMO food. That was kind of that was the image that they just regarded to me. With the Rapist Christmas image, aka Cedric Borget.
Huh.
Africa through the eyes of the racists. You seem to think that because they are using examples of poverty from Africa, in order to drum up sympathetic feelings in the British public, so they will
You heard
send
that?
money. That this means
You heard that?
because they are using examples of poverty from Africa, in order to drum up sympathetic feelings in the British.
Ah,
He said, "What are you using? What poverty to what?"
they're using sympathetic. Yes, I'm going to put it back a little bit.
Seem to think that because they are using examples of poverty from Africa, in order to drum up sympathetic feelings in the British public, so they
You see? In order to
They
drum up
use it.
poverty,
They
using
receive sympathy from.
sympathetic
Yeah,
right,
here we
in order to drum
There
up
is-
sympathetic feeling. So it's subtlety. This is Job chapter 5, verse 6. Thine own mouth hath condemned thee, and not I, yea, thine own lips testify against thee. So that is a purpose. to use the image to drum up sympathetic feelings for people to send them money to what Africa, right? And then they condemn him now. The same Jake for saying that Jake send the more have a majority of contributions to Africa. You're saying that, so what if they do that? Right? But you just admitted to what? Using subtlety. And he's saying, come on, your subtlety goes back to a poison. That's all he's pointing out, that your subtlety goes back to a poison. Which shows that our people are perpetually being put down into what? Abject poverty. Right? And you perpetually come in as what? The savior. Right? You there?
And
Right, come.
Will send them money, that this means that all of Africa is like this, and everyone thinks that. I mean, it's not that people weren't thinking, right, okay, this is a targeted, localized area of Uganda that is particularly deprived and needs our help. No, they're thinking, wow, the entire continent is just full of people who are just starving to death. I mean, how does anyone live there? How exactly do you expect to generate charitable donations while showing off the wealth and success of African cities? That's not going to work, is it? Because people are not going to donate if they think the Africans are doing great. And so what you are actually advocating for here, David, whether you realize it or not, is for people to stop sending money to Africa. How do you think the Africans, who appear to be very grateful for this help, would feel about this? Because I noticed that there isn't a person from Uganda complaining about the racial makeup of the activists who go over there to help them, or the optics of the neo-colonial white girl who's coming over to save the world. They're not complaining.
You see that? You see that?
They have real...
The neo-colonial white girl who's coming over to save the world. You see, so he actually professing how wicked they are.
yeah, that's who they is.
And in the same breath, he's saying that they don't know. She don't know what actually she's a part of a big scheme. These snakes. The most I exposed them now.
Yes, you people have the art in the state within. You devils who got it like that. You understand? And he not pop out. You understand?
This is Jeremiah 49:16. Thy terribleness had deceived thee, and the pride of thy heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdeth the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as an eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith Yahweh.
Yeah.
Problems, and possibly because they're not speaking from a position of first world privilege on behalf of people with whom they have nothing in common other than their skin color.
Got to use these platforms in a better way. And I have to say, the BBC, which has a responsibility to educate, has a responsibility for equality and multiculturalism, is failing if it allows comic relief and Richard Curtis effectively just to sit back with the same old white privilege and the same old comedians raking in the money for what purpose?
To help people in Africa, you bloody lunatic. So they're whining about someone's white privilege.
You see, well, we can't be biased now. We can't be partial because, well, and truly, you know, if he's Jake, well, actually, most I say, hey, guess what? So like, I lose my train of thought right there. And when I just put him back for something he said.
Is failing if it allows comic relief and Richard.
Yeah, no man will buy you, no man will redeem you. Right, so all these works and whatnot, the BBC, you can't expect truth and salvation and help to come from the devil, because they are the devil, they've been perfect in the action. Right? The whole system. So when actually a plight is futile unless it turns to Yahweh Shimmy or Shai. Right? But he bugged out too, you know, no beard, out of the spirit, you understand? You fight any white man at his own game, and he's not gonna win overall. So, you know, we as the true watch, when we have to report the truth, you know, JK
Curtis, effectively, just to sit back with the same old white privilege and the same old comedians.
And as you would say, them images that they portray what? Like supremacy. Putting Jake down in submission. mean, Jake, or I'm saying Jake, right? Because this picture, I look at the whole some picture because this is what they do overall, right? Because but when actually the picture is about the Elamite and Ham and the son of Ham, right? But what I'm saying too, they don't go out to assist Jake. If they're so concerned about humanitarianism, so-called humanitarianism, what about Jake that's right there in the gutters and the ghettos of Europe? They need help, they need aid, right? You know, what about Jake right there in the heart of the cities in America and Babylon, right? They need help, they need aid, but they have the celebrities and then they go in, they leaving from there, and they given what Oprah will leave America. We have millions of slums, and she'll go to Africa and give them what on her donations, right? Give her a whole heap of charity work. But her own right there in America, she won't because what she's already mandate of the enemy. The enemy, what he blessing somebody to get blessed back, but the blessing he blessing the other person, right? That other person is what the enemy also.
Good.
The money for what purpose? To help people in Africa, you bloody lunatic. So they're whining about someone's white privilege, and then for what purpose? To help people. To help people you've never met and you obviously don't give a shit about, David. It's unbelievable that you are actually...
And Esau gives a shit about anybody except for himself. The scripture says he's not good to his own. Who would he be good on to?
Good. Still hungry. we talking about? You in Africa still hungry?
Indeed.
God.
But for regular British people to stop sending aid to Africa because it makes you feel weird or bad, or it makes you jealous of someone's white privilege or something like that. And while we're on the subject of this, in what way does the BBC have an obligation to promote equality? That is a specific ideological goal that is not part of the BBC Charter. They are not about promoting your particular ideological agenda. The BBC's job is to present information impartially, and you are doing your bit to subvert that.
And I say what purpose because comic relief doesn't need to exist. It's got to exist alongside trade, governance, and effective campaigning. We used to have the Spastic Society. It's now called Scope. We moved on because we understood that the world of disability has changed. This is no different. Grow up, change the record, change the formula.
Stop sending money to Africa. Signed, David Lammy, a person who is black and really cares about those other black people in Uganda. They don't need that food. What David Lammy needs is for you to stop.
You see the dangers of this bastard language, right? Because, hey, a black cat, a black rat, and a black dog, they don't have the same color, but they are different species and nationality, right? So as I said, David Lammy here appears to be what a Jake, right? By spirit, by speech, by action, so on and so forth. But really and truly, the hell with the Africans, the Hamites, right? Just like how because in the same video, you're going to bring on the Brits. Britain go back to what? The imperialist white man, right? That's like what they say, America. You have the whole thing about the MAGA hats. The MAGA goes back to what? Make America great again. When it goes to America or American, it goes back to what? The white man, right? They talk about the American back in the days of the Civil War, right? It was the white man against who? It was white against white, but really actually, it was when they say American, even when they're fighting against the natives, right? As colonials, they were calling themselves the Americans, but guess what? That represented the white man, right? Just the same way the Britain or Brits represent the white man. You understand?
Sending them things and putting the poor people on TV. Because people are getting the impression that Africa's got loads of poor people, and he doesn't like that. Apparently, that's doing damage to equality. How about you check your privilege, Whitey? Thankfully, Comic Relief didn't back down on this. They put out this statement. We are really grateful that Stacey Dooley, an award-winning and internationally acclaimed documentary maker, agreed to go to Uganda to discover more about the projects the British people have generously funded there, and make no apologies for this. She has filmed and reported on challenging issues all over the world, helping put a much-needed spotlight on issues that affect people's lives daily. In her film, people working with or supported by Comic Relief projects tell their own stories in their own words. We have previously asked David Lammy if he would like to work with us to make a film in Africa, and he has not responded.
The offer is still open. Wow, I can't believe that David Lammy will speak on behalf of black people in Africa, but I can't believe he won't go meet the people that he has claimed ownership of because they have the same skin color as him. David Lammy replied to this by saying, I did respond, you had 2 meetings in my office, to which Comic Relief replied, we did have 2 meetings, but you didn't accept our offer to make a film or visit our funded projects. The offer is still on the table if you'd like to take us up on it. To which Lammy replied, you continue to miss the point. Flying me, a British politician, out to speak for citizens of a continent I have never lived on is more of the same patronising fluff. Please invite an African filmmaker, celebrity, farmer, teacher, or business person to make a film in my place. If you've got nothing to do with Africa, David, why are you talking about them? Why are you talking for them, more importantly? But secondly, you seem to miss the purpose of celebrity engagement. If this was a charity drive in Africa, then yes, inviting an African filmmaker, celebrity, etc., would make sense, because they would have what we call name recognition. They are a brand, something that is in people's heads.
Right, I mean, you get the point here. Let's see if I can get
like or trust on.
This is what they were saying about the Brits.
The Comic Relief is banking on. When Dr. Kehinde Andrews went on talk radio and gave us some great opinions. And if you forget who Kehinde Andrews is, he's the guy who said that the English flag is racist.
To be honest, the English flag isn't just a symbol of racism. It may be the primary symbol of racism in this country because of how it's been adopted and co-opted by the far right. In my mom's generation, it was keep Britain white and being chased down the street, being called a monkey. In my generation, it was the National Front telling me to go home. And now you've got the EDL, BNP, and all these other groups, right? And to be fair, if the same people who are hurling out all this abuse have it waving this flag, have it tattooed on their chest, then what else could it possibly be?
What else could it possibly be? What else could it possibly be? What? It's the national flag of England, mate. England, you know, the anti-racist, individualist country that helped end slavery, was one of the prime movers in the ending of the slave trade. The country that conceived of the ideas of anti-racism. It's the flag of that country. I mean, fucking lunatic. I can't believe.
Well,
it's how Esau crafty. Esau went over the sea. You understand? And take Jake and bring them to the new world. You understand? And work them for hundreds of years. And then I got the audacity to turn and say, they free slavery. They give the slave freedom. Which in there was no freedom, it was emancipate, which they transfer from one ownership to the next. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
This is why you so-called white people gotta pay for every single thing, because y'all is a bunch of devil. You understand? You free, but you free slaves. You gotta pay for the slave trade.
God.
You just gotta pay for that. So you could come and song all nice, but y'all free slave like if y'all innocent. That's why the man was talking about the image y'all painting. That's a dangerous fucking image.
God.
Y'all are not upright. Y'all are not upright. That's what the man talking about. The image that you are painting is false.
God.
It is false. Let's say put 2 hands on your head and just come and do your fucking act because y'all are the devil.
That's right. This is Job 21 and 27. Behold, I know your thoughts and devices which ye wrongfully imagine against me. For ye say, where is the house of the prince? And where are the dwelling places of the wicked? You are the wicked, and your dwelling places is Europe, Israel, America, and everywhere else that you went about as a vagabond and colonized. Right? It says, have ye not asked them, go by the way, and do ye not know their tokens? Yes, we know your tokens, you're lying, and they say, for horns and the head devil. You understand? We know your tokens. Everywhere you go is death and hell. Everywhere you go is crime and murder and extortion and deceit and robbery and lies. It says, to the wicked, that the wicked is reserved for the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Who shall declare his way to his face? And that's what we're doing right now. We're declaring your way to your face. right? That brother David Lamb, he out of the spirit. Why he gonna be demonized like this? Right? But we doing it in the spirit and power how about Shimmy Shai because we know we have only dirt on you through the spirit. We know who you are. We know your tokens. We identifying who you are. You are the devil, you are the white man, you are the Edomite, right?
That's right.
You're no savior. You're not no colonialist savior to the Africans, to the Africans. What about the so-called African Americans? So you name them. You name them African Americans, the Israelite brothers, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi that you took and brought across through by the slave trade. You talking about end slavery. You didn't end no slavery, you emancipated slavery from one slave master to the next. You lying thief, you know? It says, who shall declare his way to his face, and who shall repay him what he had done? See?
Yeah, and the man, the Lord telling you where revealing your iniquity, because
Ah,
it once was a mystery, but now the mystery of iniquity is being revealed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You're
yeah.
being revealed, and the scripture say in Proverbs, I'm gonna bring it out, right? Proverbs 26 and 28. A lying tongue hated those that are afflicted by it. So, hey, you hating the man, the Lord, you understand, the Israelites in a whole, when they speak, when they highlight your wickedness and your craftiness, you hate them. You understand? You hate them. And this was King Solomon saying, a lying tongue hated those that are afflicted by it. You understand? And a flattering mouth worketh ruin. You understand? When they cry out about the wickedness they are doing, you hate them more. You
Ah,
understand?
Skip,
Let me jump down.
and that's not like the sense of liberty, individualism.
what?
Let me start from 24. This is Proverbs 26 and 24. He said, he that hated dissembleth with his lip and layeth up deceit within his heart. Yeah, you hate the Israelites. You understand? You so-called white people, you hate the Israelites. Right? You understand? He said, when he speak fear, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. You
Ah,
understand? He's a perfect devil. You understand? And the so-called white man, he do speak fear. Because this one is blessed, he do speak fear. That's why you people be all amazed when you open your mouth with the bullshit we be saying.
ah. The charisma, the soft speech, the
Yeah,
smooth words. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what it means to be fair in speech.
It's whose hatred is covered by deceit. So your hatred is covered by deceit. Okay, I'm gonna give them aid. We doing this. But your aid is a poison and kill them out.
Ah,
You send them vaccine and all these things, it's a poison them and kill them out.
yeah.
With your disease, you put the disease in these vaccines and inject it to people.
The
Right? Who
GMO,
covers but
the
it can't,
GMO food, the
can't.
GMO food, the hidden genocide, the food and clothes and medicine,
Can't,
eugenic, you're killing off the nation, you know?
can't period.
Can't.
So who hatred is covered by deceit? Your hatred is covered by deceit because the lies that you're speaking. That's how your hatred is covered by deceit. Right? He said, who hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be shown before the whole congregation. And this is what going on, your wickedness being highlighted. The most I show the whole nation your shame, which is your sins, your transgression, your wickedness. He said, who diggeth a pit shall fall therein. And you go fall in the same pit they're digging. And you're digging a very deep pit. And you're going to fall in it. And he that rolleth a stone, it shall return upon him. And this is unto you, devil. Because your plan is to exterminate the Israelites. But what? It's going to happen to you. Because bless those that bless thee and curse those that curse thee. And there's a
Mm,
blessing that Yahushua bless Jacob with.
mm,
So you devils true. You devils finish.
mm. This is of the common
Yeah.
board, of the common board, Levi the lawgiver, Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in their power, it is in the power of their hands. So yeah, it's in the power of their hands. That's the whole point. White supremacy gives you power, right? The image shows that you are in power. You have the ability to so-called aid the impoverished, right? To so-called aid the impoverished, but through what? Through subtlety and manipulation. That's one of the things that you highlight coming out of your own mouth, right?
Yeah.
If you don't put that image out there, you ain't gonna get the money, right? If you don't, guess what? If you don't put tires, tax, if you just move yourself out of the land and let the people take care of themselves, guess what? They won't need aid. They won't need poverty. If you would just drop down and die, they won't need aid. Because all the hell and all the death that is on the planet Earth, all the disease comes from you, Esau.
Exactly.
It says, Psalms chapter 10, verse bum, 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 bum. Verse 6. He had said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit, and fraud under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Right?
Done.
Sitting in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places, do he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. Right?
Done.
The
Yeah.
brother you come on board at verse 2. He says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, right? And houses and take them away. It says, so they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage,
Can
right?
can look
So
at
the
that.
cause,
Can go ahead, Salakia.
yeah, so the cause of all this poverty, right? The cause of all this disdain is because of you in the first place. So you're not the hero.
Can
You're the origin, right? And any
can
logical thinking man will want to find out the source. Because you have a sickness. Stop dealing with the symptoms. Deal with the cause. And the cause is you, Esau.
can exactly. And that's what I was going to say just now. Look at all these different land before this fucking man touched down, how it was before. And when
Serene.
this man touched down, wow, how it become polluted.
Yeah.
You understand? Polluted it become. You talking about you free slaves? You say use a liar. Use a liar. You understand? That's who you is.
Psalms
You understand?
10, Psalms 10 and 12. Arise, O Yahweh power. Lift up thine hand. Forget not the humble. Wherefore do the wicked contempt the power? Right?
Yeah.
Therefore do the wicked contempt Yahweh. He had said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and spite to requite it. With thy hand the poor committed himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Break thou the arms of the wicked, and the evil man seek out his wickedness till thou find none. Right? Seek out his wickedness, and this is all wickedness. The subtleties, oh, the white savior coming and bringing forth aid. You know, right now you're in Venezuela trying at the border trying to bring in aid, but inside the aid truck is what? Things to help the rebellion. You know,
Yeah, deals and wires. Set up barricades.
huh?
You know, it was alleged. We ain't got no proof that it was just alleged. Hey, but hey, history show that this is what this man been doing. He showed in the movies that he sell the the weaponry to both sides. This man is confusion. You understand? Use confusion. Use the problem. And he said the precept industry, he said the most I not gonna require it. The most I require all things. Right? This is Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which had been is now, and that which is to be already been, and Yahweh required that which is past. So the most I gonna require that which is past. The wickedness that you do, you gotta pay for it. You understand? You devils gotta pay for those things. They tell you that in Colossians. You gotta pay. You is the problem on the planet Earth. You is not no global warming. You is the problem.
Huh.
So because white people is the cancer in the earth. You need to get rid of you. And everything gonna be alright.
Huh.
When the righteous ruler take the rightful position, stand on our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai. Right? You so white man, you is the problem on the planet Earth. Right? This Colossians 3 and right? Yeah, this Colossians chapter 3 verse 25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he had done, and there is no respect of person. So the Most High gonna respect unto you Edomites, right? You're gonna prepare. You're gonna pay for every shit that you do, every single thing you're gonna be paid for. This is why the Most High said this is why the Most High call you a bastard. You understand? Vagabond. Right? You're a piece of shit. That's why the Most High say you're the basis of men.
Huh.
You understand?
Freedom and fairness. I can't believe you want to give that symbol to the racists. You know, how about get fucked? Just get fucked. Alright? Hang on. There we go. For the first time in my life, I have purchased a national flag. I never felt the need to up until now, but good God, I am not going to let shit heels like this guy say that the flag of my country is fucking racist. You are insane if you think that is acceptable.
The flag is not a symbol of pride, but oppression.
Yeah, I'm sure the people of Uganda are like, oh God, here come the British to oppress us with their charitable donations. But
And that's true, you know, because, like, for example, when you see red in our flag, we red represents the blood of the natives that they spilled,
Yeah.
right? You know, Trinidad and Tobago, our national colors are what? Our national flag has what? It's predominantly red. It's like 2/3 of the flag is red, then it's white and black. You understand? Red, white, and black. How much natives was killed? You know, Christopher Columbus' brother said what? He didn't put on his sword for our, right? They spilled the blood of the natives. Our flag is just a boasting, a representation, a standard of what was done. Right? The colors in the flags, in national flags, represent your conquest. You know? But the thing is, you're not hidden anymore. The nations, we are wise. You know, you're trying to demonize, you're not trying to demonize Jake for bringing out the truth. But if you realize it's Jake who's speaking up. It's Jake who's speaking up. Jake who's bringing forth some form of understanding. But guess what? They don't have the spirit. They don't have the spirit, so they're going to fall short. No?
anyway, let's have a listen to what this barking mad black identitarian racist has to say.
You see, now he's getting heated, right? Now he's getting heated. So he's calling Jake. It just comes like that, like Becky for InfoWars. You know, Becky for InfoWars. When she get hurt. Because even when she even admitted it with Alex Jones. When she get hurt, when she was heated, is when she started to release. She admitted it on Alex Jones. When she come out and say, it's best we get guns. This is why we need guns, right? And you know, behind the scenes, the brothers bring it out behind the scenes. You know, she's one of them gun advocates on the gun range. They have pictures of her on the gun range with either whatever gun it was. I don't know gun specialist. I don't know. Not more guns. Esau bless it.
Gun.
People of Uganda are like, oh God, here come the British to oppress us with their charitable donations. But either way, let's have a listen to what this barking mad black identitarian racist has to say, for example.
That's a bigger issue. It's the question of like, how do we sell this? What is the point of this? And why do they want to see celebrities? And no, it's not an accident that she's white. And it is a long history of this kind of paternalistic racism from empire, the idea of the white man burden, the white saviors, these white people who have the responsibility and the power to fix all these problems for these savage African children.
I love that you have to dig up doctrines from over 100 years ago to justify your worldview. That is not how any of the British people, we're assuming that they're white, but we don't necessarily know it, who sent money to Africa, view them.
Hey, the Most High require what is past.
Gone.
So they get up, though they get up the most high, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai requires that which is past. You should consider your past because know that you're going to be judged for your past. You're proud Edomite.
Themselves. They don't see the Africans as inferior. They see them as impoverished, as unfortunate, in a position whether you like it or not.
Why are they impoverished? Why are they unfortunate? Esau, Edomites, they go into these different lands. Congo, for example, they what? As you brought out, they fund the both sides. They fund the militia, they fund the government. The government allowing the militia to go in, force slavery upon the people to work the mines, right? They killing women and children, and men, right? Work the mines, bring forth what? Gold, coltan. Coltan is the main thing because without coltan, you can't have these what? Laptops, computers, tablets, phones, smartwatches, flat screen TVs, that technology. You must have coltan. We're getting coltan from what? Congo in Africa, right? This is what your Edomites doing. All these big corporations, Sony, Samsung, right? LG, right? All these corporations have a hand in Africa, and who's at the helm of them? These nations and mainly Esau, right? Come on, you ain't speaking to fools out here. We are the spirit and power about you, Shah. We know who you are, devil. We out here to uncover your nakedness through the spirit of the Lord. You're impure. You're the blackest thing on the planet Earth. You're talking about, let's say, what is black racist. You're the black Edomite. You're the Hebrew black Edomite. That's who you are.
No matter how you view it, that they are poor and they need help. We are not poor and we can help. So what are they doing? Oh my God. Like the white supremacists that they clearly are, they're sending their hard-earned money to people they don't even know on another continent to try and make their lives better. And to David Lammy and Kinde Andrews, that is a form of racism.
That's the problem.
And what do you do without this paternalistic charity? Where would you be without this paternalistic charity?
Well, I mean, that's the bigger problem, is why on earth is it charities who are providing basic services in African and developing countries? And the reason we have the money to give pennies of it away is because we kind of benefit from their exploitation.
Prove it. How did the British public benefit from the exploitation of the Ugandans? You
will prove it. We can prove it. Can.
This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 1. He said, "Take heed that he do not your alms before men, to be seen of them. Otherwise, ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven." You understand? So you go around the place, destroying these people land, and then you put on your media and all your media outlet, right? That you use this savior, and you sending humanitarian aid to all these places. When is you went in this, right? Overthrow the government, set up the puppet government so you could steal your resources. When the people to get the necessary thing that they need to survive as a people, as a nation, but what you going in there and you stealing the resources. So you is the origin of the problem. Now you're giving them scrap, which is scrap you're giving them, right? But you want the whole world to see that you're giving them scrap. Who are the devils? You are the devil, Esau, right? It's verse 2. Therefore, when thou doest thy alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrite do in the synagogue and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. You understand? Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But when thou doest alms, let not the hand know what the right hand doeth. You understand?
Yeah.
So you're not doing that. You're not doing all that sincere at Esau. You're not doing the sincere. You're talking devil. You're not doing that sincere.
Yeah.
You want to be worshipped by men. Oh, this so-called white man, he's not bad. He's a good man. He's help. No, it's you got him in this situation.
All nations, all.
Yeah,
You get all nations in that impoverished state, right?
yeah.
And main nation is Israel, Yasharala,
And
the power. This Ezekiel 28
and
and 14. Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set thee so. Esau is that anointed cherub, right? Thou
God,
was, thou was upon the holy mountain, which is Israel, of the Most High. Thou walk up and down in the midst of the stones of fire, right? There's the missiles, right, that be prepared to be shut off to destroy your ass, right?
that's right.
Thou was perfect in thy ways from the day that thou was created, till iniquity was found in thee, right? And that iniquity is what? That slavery, that is, hey, that perpetual hatred they have for Israel, right? And for the wicked way of conducting the earth. You know, the earth was given into your care, but you totally destroyed it. You hate righteousness, peace, and cleanliness. You just
Yeah,
wicked.
yeah.
Yeah. It
He's
says,
a easy perfect enemy to righteousness.
Don, it says, thou was made perfect in thy ways, from the day that thou was created until iniquity was found in thee. By the multitude of thy merchandise, they have filled the midst of thee with violence, and thou hast sinned. Therefore, I will cast thee as profane out of the mountain of the Most High. Right? So you're no longer going to be in rulership. You're no longer going to have the government. You're not going to have,
God,
no longer going to have the earth. I will destroy thee, O covering cherub, from the midst of the stones of fire. Thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty. Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness. Right? That wisdom you have, that enlightenment you have is the left hand side. Right? You was just right. You was just there. You saw Edom on the screen. You was just there talking about, you already you all can afford to help. Right? You all can afford to help. Right? Why you can afford to help? Why you all rich and they poor? Or we poor as a nation, or all these other nations. It says, I will cast thee to the ground, I will lay thee before kings, that they may behold thee. Thou hast defiled thy sanctuaries by the multitude of thine iniquity, by the iniquity of thy traffic. Therefore will I bring forth a fire from the midst of thee. Right? And that traffic is what the slave trade. That goes back to you trading us, rounding us up, working in hand with who are Ham, the sons of Ham, right?
and
Sons of Ham,
Ishmael.
right? And the sons of Ishmael, they rounded us up and sold us unto you. The Grecian, right? The Edomite man, right? From the midst of thee, and it shall cover thee, right? And will bring thee to ashes upon the earth. So that mist is going to be
Yeah.
fired off and bring it to ashes. In the
And
sight
this
of
should
all, Salakia,
no go ahead. I'm going to finish.
right? I read over verse 18. Thou hast defiled thy sanctuaries by the multitude of thine iniquity, by the iniquity of thy traffic. Therefore will I bring forth a fire from the midst of thee, it shall devour thee, and I will bring thee to ashes upon earth. It in the sight of all them that behold thee, are all they that know thee among the people shall be astonished at thee, sorry. Thou shalt be a terror, and never shall thou be anymore. So you're gonna come, you're gonna fall from that high conceited place. Because what just Edomite, he proud. From that high conceited seat, gonna be a fool. You're gonna be the ones looking for aid. Humanitarian aid. The aid you're gonna get with a whip on your back and a foot on your neck.
Exactly. And the plantation 24/7.
Done.
Right? They just show that and the clip about but they free slaves. Let me see what the precept say. Right, this is Jeremiah 50:31. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud. Thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, for it said, for thy day is come, and the time that I will visit thee. So the most I visited you Edomites.
Done.
Because the most I call you, O thou O most proud. Right?
Done.
And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. Right? You, as the brothers read, you're going to be taken out of your power seat, and you're not going to rise ever again. Right? He said, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall rise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour it round and about him. And this is what the Most High going to do to you, Edomite. The Most High going to burn your cities, enslave you, and after 1,000 years, Obadiah verse 18. Right? For 33, thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel, which is the northern kingdom, so-called Latinos and the so-called Native American Indian, and the children of Judah, which is the so-called Negroes, the Asian and the West Indians, were oppressed together, and all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go. So you say you free slaves?
Devil, we have you, man. This is of the coming board, Levi, the lawgiver. I think it's Sirach, no, Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. And as you so-called white man, he's crooked. Right? Job 15:14 say, what clean can come out of the unclean? There's nothing clean coming out of you. You wicked, you was made evil and wicked. You was made a bottom dwelling.
The Most High made you so.
Can.
We tell you that you're the wicked, the Most High create you like that.
Can.
Baba Kashabra, this one quick. This is Job 26:13. By his spirit he had garnished the heavens. His hand had formed the crooked serpent.
God.
The Most High made you crooked. So you can't lie to the mighty Lord. You is the devil that the Bible speak of.
That's right.
There's your role in this movie, Esau. The Most High made you as the devil. The Most High make you crooked. This is your role. So don't try to push the image that use this upright nation, and use this righteous nation, and use this pure nation. No, the Most High create you Edomites to be the devil, and this will be telling you all the time. You are the devil. The Most High make you so. This is the Most High movie. A movie he's producing in Hollywood. When they're making a movie, the actors do not go against the script. They have the star, they have the other cast who can play the role, and then they have the bad guy. Nobody don't go against the script. This is the script. The Holy Bible is the script. The earth is the stage. Jacob is the star. Esau is the devil. That's how it's written. So the image that you painted that use this godly person or use this innocent person, no, you are the fucking devil that the Bible speak of.
That's right. Or righteous person. You're not righteous at all.
Exactly.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 15 of the common board. That which had been is now, and that which is to be had already been, and the Most High required that which is past. So it works. But it even works, you know.
Gotta pay for that.
Gotta pay. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 7. Show the oppression, make it a wise man mad. Yeah, we turned up in the spirit, you know. But the scripture talk about having control over the spirit. You know, be angry and sin not. We're not gonna go out there as these are the Hebrews that like camps will have us being portrayed as, hey, GMS man, we're doing this and we're doing that. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing any of these things. Sure, just show us one case where we was locked up for what? So-called raping a 12-year-old girl and all that bullshit. No. We didn't bring all the truth of the scriptures. Right? And we angry at the devil, the enemy, angry at Esau, the heathen, all these other nations, because what they're doing is abomination and filth in the sight of the Most High. We like what? Just luck next to the unrighteous compensation of the what? The wicked. He says, Psalm chapter 73, verse 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning the question. They speak loftily. That's just either might be free speaking loftily. You oppressing the people and then coming and getting them breadcrumbs and talking about your they seem to be appreciative of the aid. Nobody in whatever Nigeria or Libya or wherever you say it was You know, nobody complaining about the aid. But you making them have to receive the aid.
Yeah, but this really Jake, as you said, he's your spirit, you perceive through the spirit that he's a Jake. But this really Jake saying the image that you portrayed is not correct. It is false. It is false.
Yeah,
Understand?
yo, yeah, can't. Hey, tell what I can come on here. This a vow. Yeah, can't. This a vow. To what? Yeah, that was in the previous video. Yeah, can't. Or I don't know if I said it in this video too. Yeah, but to what nevertheless. Yeah. Um. Yeah, let me just finish off there.
You can say that, but you can't qualify it, can you, Doctor? You are running on fumes here. You have nothing to support your narrative. And so you have to go back to some perceived colonial exploitation. Not exactly the problem now, is it? Now it's generally corruption, warlordism, and social.
You say we have to go back to, or Jake has to go back to some perceived colonial exploitation. No. You know why we don't have, you know why we would go back there, no matter what you say, because the scripture, not the brothers wrote it on the common board. That which is there is now. You all practice the same things over and over.
Sure.
As long as it works, you're Edomites, you all practice the same thing. You're all actually predictable. But we move to the spirit, but you all practice the same thing. For example, the founders of what?
No, there's basemen, there are fools.
Can't. Yeah, the founders of McDonald's, what they did, they failed a few times, but when they got a formula that worked for them, they repeated it over and over and over again, right? So that's what you're going to see in the construction. That's what you're going to see in the mathematics. What you're going to see in the science. What you're going to see in the formulas and equations, right? Whatever that works, they just repeat it over and over again. That's how Edom operates, right?
Exactly.
Hey, brother Kahan, hey, Salomon.
A bunch of fools.
Africa is the dirt. But God forbid that the British public do some charitable work on their own backs. You know, no, you need an authority to do it. You need the government to do it. You need an international corporation to do it. You can't just send them money yourself as an individual action. Oh no, that's not acceptable because that's paternalistic racism. That's you acting like a white savior. Get the corrupt governments to help them instead. Yeah, Doctor, I think the governments might be the problem. I think the way that Africa is being...
Who is behind corrupting the government? Esau. So Esau, guess what? You're the devil, east, west, north, south. You're the devil.
You definitely white. No, you definitely white. You're red. You're red Edomite. You ain't white. You ain't pure. You innocent. You ain't white. Self-proclaim. You call yourself white. You ain't white. You're. I think it was in 1657 or something like that. You proclaim. You call yourself white. You are red Edomite.
Run might be the reason that Africa is an impoverished basket case.
So the idea that comic relief.
So you heard out of his own mouth what he thinks of Africa. And probably what basket case.
Might be the reason that Africa is an impoverished basket case.
So the idea that comic relief could do anything to really solve any of the problems in Uganda is frankly sensible.
Except for the people who are actually enduring the problems. You know, those people who might want a well or some food or shelter or clothing or whatever. The actual problems, the direct, immediate problems that the individual in Africa is experiencing can actually be mitigated, if not alleviated, by comic relief. And you are arguing against that because you don't like the optics. Imagine being so selfish as to argue against charity. That is what the black identitarians in Britain are currently doing on behalf of people who don't want them to do that, who they don't know and don't speak for, but are claiming ownership of because of their skin color. Black identitarians in Britain are a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. Every single one of them should feel justly ashamed of themselves. And I am very, very pleased that...
Alright, you'll end there because you're a shit clown. If you call black identitarians a disgrace, the same way that they were called the black Hebrew Israelites this and that and the other. We're not black Hebrew Israelites. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We are the chosen people of Yahweh Shem Shai. You are the Hebrew Edomite. You are the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's
Right?
right.
You are the devil incarnate in the flesh. Everywhere you go is crime, is violence, right? And according to the Bible, there's going to be judgment for this. You're not going to go unpunished, right? You're not going to go unpunished, right? Because the cry is going up, right? The cry is going up, and Most High, He tends to hear when His children cry, right? He tends to hear when His children cry, right? And because of your works, right? The Most High, he's gonna come and send forth relief. This is Genesis chapter 6 verse 11. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. And who filled the earth with violence? Esau filled the earth with violence. Everywhere, if you look behind it, is Esau. Venezuela, Iran, Turkey, Middle East, Afghanistan, Korea. Where what? All these uproars, sedition and menace because of who? The so-called white man in a different so-called nationality, well not nationalities, you know what I mean, from the countries that they're from, but basically through the US Army and the NATO and the EU, you know, they're causing them uproars, right? It says, um, the earth also was corrupt. The word corrupt means to be spoiled, ruined, decay. You know, you're pushing your wicked agenda, your wicked poison, homosexuality, lesbianism, democracy. Democracy is what the fucking umbrella, the whole poison, right? Because that way we want to push democracy, rights, votes, freedom. And that's just a facade for wickedness because you just have to put up a puppet leader to take orders and to execute your commands and your judgments, right? It says, verse 12, and the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth.
And
Look what today is so-called Bacchanal Friday. Bacchanal goes back to what? Bacchus, right? Which goes back to a demon. Go ahead.
and go back to the god of diagnosis,
Mm-hmm.
which is the god of wine and agriculture, which go back to Bacchus.
Yeah, I think it was also androgynous god. If I'm not mistaken, I searched it up some years back. Androgynous meaning that it's like male female. It look like a he she. It may have breasts, but it look like it has a penis,
I'll
right?
pull it up. I'll pull it up here.
Yeah, and that's what they're about to celebrate Carnival Bacchanal, right? Right now, and Carnival is not something that's only exclusive to Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean. You have forms of carnival or worship of the flesh, because that's what it is. Carni, meaning carnal flesh, and Val festival, right? In Europe, right? They call it what, Pancake Monday and Pancake Tuesday, right? Stroke Monday and Stroke Tuesday, where they are the 2 days. They always fall 2 days before, but Ash Wednesday, right? So the brother went into it last night and he worked, so it goes back to the antiquities of it. Will go back to what? To paganism. Where with Saturnalia they brought in paganism so that they could get more martyrs to come into the Roman Catholic religion, right? Or the Catholic religion, right? So that you can bring in your beliefs, right? Bring in your beliefs, but we all under one umbrella, right? That's why the Most High says you're going to oppose the false prophet too.
Good.
The false prophet going back to who? The Catholic churches and all the umbrella churches, because what? Christianity comes out of Catholicism, Islam comes out of Catholicism, right? And many of these other Christian beliefs, right? The Most High say He hate the Nicolaitans, He hate all these other false philosophies. Have no other God before Him, right? This is verse 13, and the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. So the Most High is going to destroy the earth because of that violence, you know, all the violence and all the corruption, right? All that violence and the corruption is going to be destroyed.
That's right.
Um,
How do you think Bacchus say?
Go ahead.
It said Bacchus was a Roman god of agriculture, wine, and fertility. equivalent to the Greek god Dionysus. Dionysus was said to be the last god to join the 12 Olympian. Supposedly, Hestia gave up her seat for him, his plant of vine and twirling ivory. Right, so he's the god of agriculture, wine of fertility.
Huh. This is Revelation 20, and I'm gonna start at verse. I'm gonna start at verse 13. It says, "And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. And the
Huh?
dead and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire." Right? This is
And
Esau. Well, you can
yeah,
break it down.
Esau used death and hell. Obadiah, Habakkuk 2 and 5.
Come,
You understand? Use death and hell.
come. It says, "And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire." This is the second death, right? What was
And,
the first death? The first death I just read about it in what? In Genesis first. In Genesis chapter
and,
11, but come on down. We just read the second death because after that, after the earth was corrupt, full of violence, right? And spoil and decay by the people, right? The most high destroyed the earth by what? Water, right? Henceforth we have the covenant of the rainbow, which Esau take and corrupt. To spoil.
and,
Only meaning the word corrupt is to spoil, they spoil it. And they took it and make it the symbol of what? Homosexuality, lesbianism, bestiality, or all manner
and
of profane abomination. Right? So this is it. The scripture says what? I read again, verse 14. "And death and hell was cast into the lake of fire." Right? And this is the second death.
yeah.
Whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. Right? And this second death is on. Go ahead, after something to say. Go ahead.
And there's 2/3 who name not gonna be written in the book of life.
Come.
2/3 gonna be cast in the lake of fire with him too. Right? The scripture saying in Habakkuk 2 and 5, he says is his desire is as hell and as death. You understand? Hell go back to the grave, which the grave not gonna be satisfied if you bury everybody. If you bury everybody, the grave not gonna full. And this desire is as death. You understand? He's the son of perdition. Everything he put here, he destroy it. He's the bastard. He's the bastard son. Just destroying everything. He had no regards to nothing. You understand? That's why the Most High call he hell and death.
Everything on board, Exodus 21 and 16. "And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hands, he shall surely be put to death." Right? When
That's justice.
yeah,
That's justice.
when Yahushua return, he gonna find what? The Israelites
Yeah.
in the hand of the Edomites. So
Yeah.
hey, yappa. So what for that precept? So what for that
Yeah,
precept?
that's you need to read it for Kaylan, Betty Kaylan.
Becky, yeah, can. So I'm gonna read
Need
it
to read
again.
it for
What the screen is like? It says what? He, Exodus 21 and verse 16, "And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death." Now, this is a Hamitic son, right? That is son of Ham, right? But this is basically the image that they will portray, right? Probably is Israel to the spirit. But we're gonna be in the hand because we're gonna be at what? We're gonna be not we, but Salakia. Jake is in America, right? Why they in America? Because we were stolen from our land. Or at least we were stolen from the west coast of Africa, where we fled persecution from our land, right? Where your Edomites was slaughtering us. So nevertheless, you stole us, put us on slave ships, and
before
go ahead.
yeah, before we fled into Africa, we were being transferred into slavery. Because what Yahushua is saying, look, when we see Jerusalem come to pass with the army, know the desolation is nigh.
Yeah.
Right? when they said when they said we fought by the sword and we were led captive into all nation. So before we were fled into Africa and other parts of the world, we were captive into all these other nations. They were taking we, these fucking devil was taking we and selling we and shipping we after these different nations.
Done. Even
And
Ishmaelites, even the Ishmaelites.
done. So Africa started long before the 16th century. Slavery started long. That transatlantic started long before the 16th century.
It says, I'll come back to your precept just on our coming forward. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 3. They have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon? So even these Hamitic tribes, right? And all the coast of Palestine, will ye render me a recompense? If ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return unto your return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my godly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have he sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will rise them out of their place, whether ye have sold them and sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. Right? This is Exodus, going back to Exodus 21, verse 22. Exodus 11, sorry, Job chapter 11, verse 22. He discovered the deep things out of darkness and bring it out to light the shadow of death. God, exposing Esau, right? Exposing the plan, the wicked agenda, right?
That's right.
Exposing the subtleties, right? Exposing, the hypocrisies. It says, verse 23, he increased the nations and destroyed them. He enlarged the nations, straightened them again. You understand? The Most High going to put you back in place, put you back in order. He's going to put you back down in submission. All your heathen rise above us, and we become very low, push you into the curses. But guess what? Push you into the prophecies, right? All these things going to be reverted because the men of the Lord, they repented and called upon the name of their power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Harakakodash. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 1. And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessings and the curse which I have set before thee, that thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether the Lord Yahweh thy power hath driven thee. And this is what we're doing in all these video epistles and on highways and byways, constantly exhorting, constantly putting it out there. Esau is the devil, Esau is Edom. Edom is the so-called white man. They're also called Grecian. They're also called Idumea. They are also called Idumea, right? They call themselves the self-proclaimed white man. Was he here again? Salakia? That they came up with that self-proclamation.
It was year 16 something.
Beg your pardon?
Year 16 something.
Your audio going out. Your audio going out. Something wrong with your audio.
You hear me now?
Yeah, it's still kind of sounding like you're underwater. Alright, come. Yeah, well, the audio kind of messed up. Alright, I'm gonna read a little bit and then we can kind of close up. Okay. Yeah, alright, yeah, audio now come back.
Done, yeah.
It says, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, Deuteronomy 30 verse 2. And shall return unto the Lord Yahweh thy power, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and the children with all thine heart and with all thy soul, and then Yahweh thy power will turn the captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whether Yahweh thy power hath scattered thee. Right? So the Most High going to turn this captivity unto you heathens. Right? Proud as Edomite. You know that this buck teeth or this her grill is all out there. Edomite, you impure. You impure. You know that Hamitic man, that Hamitic baby just feel your wicked spirit hidden underneath that wicked smile. You know? It says that it say the pictures tell 1,000 words. Don't feel the picture telling the word of your the words of your purity and your generosity. At this stage in history, it shows that you're the hypocrite, the liar, and the thief that the Bible speaks of, the devil. This is of Levi the lawgiver, Job chapter 14, verse 5. Seeing ye are determined the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Yeah, you're not gonna go past this. Now it's time for you to go down.
That's
Yeah,
right.
okay, there hearing?
Can.
It says, hey, Shalom, ya Abba Shimi Shaiba Shema Rakakodash Brakata Barakata.
Shalom.
Yeah. You have anything up?
Yeah, I got one day for close out with.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also. Let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spew shall be on thy glory.
Yes.
Shameful spew.
Shameful experience shall be your glory. Right? All this about was you're doing humanitarian aid, right? And you're taking pictures showing that you're some celebrity posts, show they're hugging the impoverished black children of Africa, right? Or you all in Venezuela, Colombia border selling trucks of humanitarian aid. Guess what? We know you already developed put the conditions upon these nations that they need aid in the first place, right? There's all in the spirit and power you have about Shimei Shai, right? It's judgment for all the unrighteous dealings that your nations have done. Where
They have Saudi Arabia bombing Yemen. Now they're sending aid to Yemen.
Same thing with Israel and the bordering nations, Palestine and Turkey, Syria.
And Lebanon. Look what they do to Lebanon.
God.
They destroy all the tower that was building, the tower. You understand? They're bombing these people, and they want to send humanitarian aid. This man is the man of perdition, right? This man is the devil of the Bible speak of. There's no other but the so-called white race. You read Edomite. You Hebrew Edomites.
God.
You understand? You is the son of perdition. You is the man that destroyed the earth.
God. This is I'll close off on this. You finish your read, right?
God.
This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Right? Why is earth and ashes so proud? Esau, you're a proud man. The proud said in his heart that there is no power. Right? You set up yourself. This is white supremacy. This is you getting power over the nations. Especially the dark-skinned nation. Predominantly Jake, Israel, Yasharallah. Right? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. Right? And the brother reading Habakkuk. Right? He reading Habakkuk. I don't know if you read down there. Right? But you increase it, you coveted fields, right? And you got it by what? Violence. And this is what he's bringing out. You're going to be judged, just like how the Most High judged the earth in the beginning, right? I'm going to get it out for you. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 9. Woe to them that coveted and evil covetousness, to his house that he may set. Let me just set a verse up, 2 verses up. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, right? That's that great depth. Don't forget to owe these nations too, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee? Right? Guess what? You know, you talk about reparations, the apostle went into it. They were supposed to pay 50, at least that Jake only in America. What about Jake in the West Indies? Right? Because the part it was called a triangular slave trade. It was from Europe and through the West Indies to North America and then back to Europe. What about them? The apostle went into it. There's about 50 million Jake in America, roughly averaging, right? And if you was to pay them $1 million each, it will come up to what? $50 trillion. What about the other Jake in the Caribbean, right? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, right? What about the native tribes that you took back to Europe, right? The first batch of slaves, right? From that was of course in Portugal, right? What about them? You can't pay back. You can't pay back in cash. You can't pay back in pride or humility. The Most High gonna bring that pay back in the form of judgment, and that's what we wait for, right? It says, "Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's
That's right.
blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to them that covet an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Because thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul."
And
Yeah. It says, jumping back to Sirach chapter 10, verse 9, "Why is earth and ashes so proud? There's not a more wicked thing than the covetous man, which is Esau, for such an one setteth his own soul to save, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels." Right?
mercy.
Yeah, you can close off the app.
Yeah, the boy don't show no mercy.
Fine.
Understand? So no mercy not gonna be shown on him when the Most High bring his judgment on him. Most High not gonna show you no mercy.
Fine. Yeah, so that we give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakodash. Double honor to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Salutation to the elect brethren scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom, Brother Barahian, Brother Yahweh. Right, peace and safety to the elect and their families. Right, and Mawat Lababal to Esau, Babylon, America. Hey, this whore, the beast and the beast system. Right, don't take the chip, the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. Refuse the chip. Pray not Yahweh Shem Yahushai to give you strength to enjoy to the end elect. Shalom. So what is the active money coming board? May Yahweh Shem Yahushai bless and keep thee. Amen. Shalom.
What Shanya and Shan and Shan and what Shanya Shan and Shanyash.
Fine.